I mean, we do have a few. The majority is from Tesco for the Gaga art. Because I was
There's a
expecting the
card
people
with
in that.
Madolche in its artwork. It's not a Madolche card, but it has Mageline and Butler.
They're just not easy to counter. For example, today I decided to say fuck it all since after trying to use like 6 different decks and I continued breaking like Mad Lad and Law and went like 20-0 with 6 different meta decks. I said fuck it, I'm gonna Magicals and Invokes because I'm tired of this shit.
Lol.
And
I'm not so
literally,
tired
the
of it.
majority,
It's not really Invoke I'm tired of. What I'm mostly tired of is that the very heavy back row, which is still very much an
I'm
issue.
not, I'm not tired of Invokes, but here's the thing. Caucasus is amazing.
I know Cockatoo. Yeah, but keep in
Can I
mind,
just tell you
Cockatoo
that-
was actually better only with Element Savers because it gains more defense points. Now it's just like it has protection, but anything with the Blue Eyes damage ceiling can just beat over it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, that's why you have Alistair in hand, or if not, that's why you play Y1 of Concentrating Current. Which, by the way, mind you, Caucasus, the beautiful thing about Caucasus is that they cannot be targeted as amazing as we've seen in Luna Lights, but they cannot be destroyed. Can be so busted in so many situations. Because it's a book. Be targeted, that automatically means finishing, right, Geki Break, Karma Cut, all those cards are not gonna work on it. That's fine.
I don't really
way that Luna Lights-
understand Blackbird's close much. Like, I guess they just wanted to hit Blackwings further in a way, but the truth be told, one, they actually banned the card because the other semi-limit cards are key cards. They can't say they should semi-limit. They straight up ban the card. No one's gonna use that.
I mean, banning is it's not a problem card. They just basically wanted to restrict it, like the same way that it happened with.
And all it really does is give them first turn protection.
Basically, like make you choose the same way that they did with Amazon, and the same way they did with God, I'm trying to think of the name, Cybering, which is when they hit key cards to the deck, like putting the Shinning Ritual 2, Repeat Angel 2, and 13 at 2, like basically the force you to choose instead of having to ban a card or hit it.
I guess the reason they decided to ban Close is because it's the only card that actually makes them not sigh when they go first, because now they just don't want to go first ever. But that's about it. But even then, if I were to build Blackwings, I prefer playing Cosmic Cyclone and Forbidding Lance, and some people actually do play it over Close.
But here's the thing, Blackwings, I'd say, is the only real combo deck in Tournament. And by combo deck, I mean
what about Gem Knights?
Spamming extra deck monsters. Like,
just kidding.
Is, okay, you know what I mean. I mean like TCG combo deck.
It is very TCG. It is TCG-like, because if you think about it, Hamon and one Whirlwind, like that, like those two cards. Of course, you need your discard fodder. That is like a full board with those two cards. Yeah, no, like the one Whirlwind and having Simon Resolve. That is like a full board. It is a combo deck basically. Without using the skill too.
This is what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, that's basically what they did with Close, is that they basically said, okay, so here's the thing. You have a card that cannot get Cosmic Cyclone, and it's basically an out to the main thing that would stop you. So, we have two options here. You either decide to play this card that actually gives you some chance of survival, or you go full-on combo deck by basically becoming a glass cannon.
There's kind of no choice, because either or, you're only playing Close at 1 if you choose it, because the tuner cannot. The tuner is the only way to synchro away Summon. And let's not forget, the synchro monster is your form of removal, which is the purpose of trying to OTK.
Yeah, right, Kiri. Which is right, Kiri, so fucking...
Okay, it's just straight up, they can't admit, they straight up ban the card. I'm not so mad about Charge at 2. What I am is just dumb, because Charge is one of the cards that the 3-off limit exists for. but now they should switch all of those conditions to 2. But they only did it because of Witchcrafters. As for Gold Sarcophagus is a weird choice, but this also means that Shiranuis can't play it as a one-off anymore, and I was planning on buying it, but now it's unplayable in Shiranuis because the one that is semi-limit is Squire. Other than that, I'm not too mad. I charge at 2, I kind of like it that way, I guess. It makes it...
I still, by the way, Gabby, I still hate myself the fact that literally yesterday I spent an SR Dream ticket on a keeper.
On a keeper was super unnecessary.
Literally
you can say all you want.
Semi-limited.
You can say all you want about the Lightsworn engine. You could also say all you want about Witchcraft or Black Winds, but they killed 100%. It's just dead. You can't play Neos anymore. The only deck to play Neos is an actual Neospatian deck.
And not even then, because I feel like Neospatians, like, they still played Keeper as an engine.
Yeah, but no, Keeper.
Now you basically
remember I switched them.
Now basically need to pray on connector because you have no way of searching Neospatian now that's like actually attacking.
Now remember, what you can do is literally just play Elephant's Gift, which is your other draw card, and I did resolve 2 Elephant's Gift into what was it? The other draw card. I actually had
your draw card.
No, but trust me, I had several duels that I drew until I have 2 cards left in my deck, so don't worry, the deck is still pretty playable.
Okay, so I'm looking at your deck list right now, and I basically see myself doing this because I don't want.
What you don't have is the third. What you don't have is the third connector, which should have been the other SR Dream ticket, which is super sad.
I hate myself. Anyway, point is, I'll just
limit to 1 card. I'm not so surprised that Star Blast got to 1. Needlebug is interesting, but I guess they did it for the same reasons for Graphics Greener. And there's a card here that I hate because I went through it a couple times and it was so fucking degenerate to summon 2 tokens and basically Ojama your field.
The thing is, that's degenerate if you're playing in like the standard decks that you were normally using in Duel. In case of like sea summoning coming out, that's actual shit.
It's fun how they hit Curry.
If you're an Exceed deck, that kills you right there and there.
Also, Curry is interesting because they decided to hit one of the old cards. Also, right card to hit because the card they hit is the one that gives them an additional normal summon, so it makes sense out of the older cards to hit that.
Here's the thing. Curries have been in the game all the way back in May 2018 with Master.
Thunder Dragons are back. You do have Gold Sarcophagus, right?
No, I didn't. I have not bought a single one of that search.
Because Thunder Dragons are basically back, but honestly, I'd play them with 2 Gold Sarcophagus. I wouldn't play Lightsworn with it.
I wouldn't play Gold Sarc. I'd probably play Charge myself. I'm more of a Charge guy. I like the Lightsworn engine a lot more.
Okay, keep in mind their effects is from being sent from field to graveyard. They don't really gain effects from being milled. They get from either field to graveyard or banished.
I'm aware, but the thing is, if you're playing a good mid, for example, if you're playing either Chaos or if you're playing 11 years, it would be a lot more beneficial. Honestly, for me, Lightsworn makes it a lot better. It gets stuff out.
So about the new box, I want to talk about the structure deck real quick. I find it scummy that they just killed Neos and they decided to only now reprint Bacon Saver. To me, that just makes the card so useless. You can still use it in Lightsworns, I guess, but that's about it.
Why would you play it in Lightsworns?
Because you can mill it and it's a negate attack. Dude.
I know, but it's a one-off, like, in a mill. Like,
I mean, so is Jet Synchron and Glow Up Bulb.
Jet Synchron can like actually be played multiple times, and Glow Bulb is like you can technically play.
And let's be honest here, because you can't play Kite Roid anymore, this is the replacement for it.
That is true. That is true.
Because remember, people did play Kite Roid.
God, you can't play Kite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so...
I used to play Kite Road in my Electrum build.
So basically, for anyone who has played Kite Road and Lightsworns, they have to switch them for a Bacon, and I guess they should have a Glow Up Bulb. It's in the same box. Also, I want you
And,
to...
like, everything that...
Also, I want you to hear this for a moment. Remember some very powerful level up rewards that are from archetypes and their searchers? We got for 14 ladies, we got Melody of Awakening for Blue Eyes, we have Crystal Bond for Crystal Beast. I'm pretty sure, not now, could be when they do level cap, but I'm pretty sure they may add the Onomatopoeia spell card that is basically Pendulum Call but for the archetype.
I'll totally agree with that, but here's the thing. What does the card search? Is it specifically
it can,
go?
Yeah, it can search all those, and Utopic Onomatopoeia counts as any of them. So you can search Utopic Onomatopoeia, which can summon any of the archetype from your hand just at once.
Then I see it, but the thing is, Nami played really carefully when it came to like the synchro, like example.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Onomatopoeia locks itself into XC, so it won't really be broken.
I mean, fair enough, but like the same could be said for like tuning, locking into synchro, but at the end of the day, we never got tuning. Even though it doesn't. I wish we could have gotten tuning.
At least as a one-off, I find the card okay, because you do have to discard, just like Melody of Awakening. Pendulum Call, Willingly of Awakening, they're all the same. You discard Search 2. It's not a +1, it's a stale.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're still getting a plus by getting rid of material. No people will play. I am your co-host, nerd. Yes, you may call me nerd, geek, like gamer, NGG for short. People say the word when they read it out loud. But hey, that's just life. Anyway, if you're enjoying this,
I took the dog out. Also, Gaga got
just
Cowboy.
talking to the audience.
Also, Gaga got Cowboy.
I think a Cowboy is a fun card. I hope they keep it at the 800 burn.
I think it's fine to keep it at 800 because again, you put it in defense to burn anyway.
I mean, if they made all the cubics burn for 800, you know, they might as well keep
yeah, that's right. It's
800
cubics burn. And as far as I know, it's not like you can very easily stall with Cowboy, especially since they nerfed Shadow Game. Thank fucking god they nerfed Shadow Game.
I mean, Shadow Game is still good for the sake of free damage.
No,
yeah,
but my problem isn't the burn. My problem is that they can win the game by doing nothing. That's the degenerate part of Shadow Game.
Yeah, you can just stall your ass out, or like mill their entire deck and then just burn for 1,000 first try.
They have to now attack to win the game, thankfully. No more traps only fucking Shadow Game.
I mean, the Magician Glow Invoke, like when you play Shadow Game for that reason, just free damage. But then again, the Invoke part of the deck can finish off your opponent and just play Shadow Game as an additional damage.
Now keep in mind, Magician Girl Invoke will be playing the skill where you consistently see a Magician Girl in your starting hand. They're not gonna play Shadow Game.
I don't know. I am still gonna play Shadow Game just because I really like the extra damage, even if it's the maximum of 400 per turn. I still see it as damage because we have Purgatrio. We don't care about position, and we have Caucasus, so we have all form of protection. So we don't care about battling. It's just mainly the free damage, which, in my opinion, I like it more as free damage, 400 that will not kill, rather than the obnoxious way that it was, because I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea how many times I wanted to throw my phone out the window every single time I go against a Max player.
I feel you.
It's like, yeah, they stole Lava Golem. No game. Don't worry, I'll get it off the field next turn. They summon a second Lava Golem to my field.
I still think Lava Golem should still also be semi-limit.
Honestly, Lava Golem should have been the first UR hit, in my opinion.
Hold on for a moment, I'm gonna take the dog in.
Okay, no. And now back to nerd time, where we talk about things. Many things. I swear, if he edits this part out, I'm gonna find myself to sleep. And if he doesn't, well, I guess I won't cry myself to sleep, but no promises. Fucking life. Anyway, I have a question for the audience. When did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? And why? Please leave your comment below so we can know about this insightful information. Because at the end of the day, it's always fun to share Yu-Gi-Oh experiences. I'll start. I started Yu-Gi-Oh in 2017, January 2017, after being introduced to it in late 2016 by my friends. My first packs were Dark Sediment and Smoothie packs, and I will never forget because I pulled 4 blue-eyed alternative white dragons out of buying the 3 special edition boxes. And I remember my friends wanting to rip me off to get them because they didn't know how good they were back then. I wasn't new about the game. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It was my first games of Yu-Gi-Oh! And getting actually good cards at the time, and I still feel great. It's been a fun experience ever since. I've spent thousands of dollars on the game, and I've been playing for nearly 4 years now. So for me, it's been a great experience. I made many friends along the way, like Gabby here, and honestly, the game just gets better. Even though the shit sometimes goes down, the game gets better every time. One way or another, I guess. But yeah, you know, whatever happens, whatever happens. With the voice.
Lol. Bro, I wasn't here.
Oh, I'm just filling up space. I don't know if you're gonna edit this out, but I'm just filling up space.
I mean, depends what you said. Yeah, either way, I can just hear from the record. I do edit my shit. But I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna.
I want to talk about each. I want to talk about the cards now. Not one by one, but the ones worth mentioning from the
also,
boxes.
we really went over the Banlist. Like we above it. Also, why Cyberstein? That's actually one question that I have. Was somebody abusing the one limited to one Cyberstein that I was not aware of?
First of all, the deck does exist, but I never saw it. I never went. Ever in my life, I went against Cyberstein when it was limited. Never. But I'm pretty sure.
I played it when it was unlimited, but limited.
I'm pretty sure that was mostly found in gold. And people may got hard stuck in gold or something.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Well,
I don't want to go over. Okay, let's go over the cards. I'm not gonna go over much about Utopia, but for those people that will, but it's pretty standard and it's a definite just get it. But what I am going to say is how many copies are necessary? I'd say 2. Just 2. Because you do need to rank...
the boss is definitely a 3-0.
No, well that depends because you can... There's ways to
finish
probably
alone.
recycle it, but keep in mind, the thing is, depends on what we get, you still need to rank over it, so you do need more than 1 copy, but I'm not sure about necessarily it being at 3. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure, just like Red Dragon Archfiend, it may just get reprinted in a structure deck much later. Because I can't really think about any other number cards to be reprinted that way, like Red Dragon Archfiend did.
I mean, Red Dragon Archfiend because there's something to go with, but remember, it's a protagonist card.
Yeah.
So like starters and that kind of stuff, you know.
Anyway, people are wondering about the damage ceiling. There is because it's not a level, it's not affected by beatdown, but luckily it is confirmed that we have a skill that would increase NXT monster you have by 200 per material, so you can have Utopia reach 3100 with that skill, and I believe it's twice per duel.
For 200 per material, but isn't it only 200? Wouldn't it just be 29?
Oh no, yeah, right, 2900, yeah, 29. Yeah, that's still fine enough. But again, I'm also expecting
Make,
Utopia
that actually would make the Teller Knight one.
The Teller Knight one is also 2,500. No, but yeah, he does have three materials.
So yeah, that would actually be 31. That should be pretty good.
But I am expecting Double or Nothing to be a level up reward, or not even as a one-off. I think that's straight up 3 cards or 2. Because I feel like you can't really just start off with Utopia and not give us Double or Nothing. It's kind of like its thing. As long as we don't get Utopia Double, because that cannot exist in Duel Links, we're fine. Just Double or Nothing itself.
What is Utopia Double again?
The thing is, it will search Double or Nothing, and then put any Utopia on top of it, but its attack is double. So you basically will have a Utopia that will reach 10k, and of course that cannot exist in Duel Links.
Oh, that's a card I did not know about.
But yeah, that's why I'm talking about Double or Nothing. It's good that we have Double or Nothing, as long as we don't have Utopia Double, which can search it and make Utopia actually have double its attack.
I'm getting Numeron's flashbacks.
I'm pretty sure Numeron's not gonna exist in Duel Links in any way.
No,
the Telenotic Sea Monster, the only Telenotic Sea Monster we have actually. How worth it? How many copies? I say it's fine at 2. I wouldn't really see this play at 3, especially since you can play the Boojing one and any other card.
Then again, at the moment, since we don't have that many XCs that are going to be available, because the only XCs we know are the ones in the box, the ones that were displayed to us as the drop rewards, and the ones in the structure deck. We don't know what the level of rewards are. Maybe they'll bring more XCs.
That will highly depend. Who knows? But for now,
we also know 2 more XCs that are going to come as rewards from mission circuits later on in October. That are apparently cards exclusive to a video game. It wasn't Pack Wars. It was another video game that was really obscure. They're basically anime-only video game cards that we're going to get. They're not that bad. They're pretty bad, but they're playable at least.
Yeah, but
right now we're basically in the same situation as in 5D. We don't have that many synchros, and in this situation, Xyz to build the deck for Xyz out.
I think the problem with Xyz I think the problem with synchro early, it wasn't really the Xyz, rather the lack of actual ways to summon your tuner. This way is the other way around. We just don't have many good Xyz options. Back we had good synchro options, just not any good deck to fucking summon them. Utopic Onomatopoeia, totally, definitely a 3 of. It can summon your Gaga and go. I would still play. I want to build Onomatopoeia specifically more so than Telenoids, because the thing is, after seeing the ban list, I still have Shiranuis, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna focus so much on top tier decks, because I still have Invoke, Magician Girl, and Shiranui. I'm just gonna go make a Utopia deck, and I'm also gonna go back to Junk Synchron to get them, because I just realized that Yusei actually has a skill that makes Junk Synchron live. Your deck needs 3 Junk monsters, and Junk Synchron is a Junk, and it will just automatically put Speed Warrior in your graveyard. Also, it basically does what the Check Out My Roids, but for the Synchrons, so it's good for that too.
That's really good.
So yeah, I'm just gonna get Junk Synchron, and maybe later I'll get Quick Draw Synchron, and that way I'll just get out of the way, get another deck, which is 6 Samurais, which is also just fun to play.
I have 6 Samurai. I think the deck is kind of like died down.
And concentrating
your build.
Concentrating current comes
later.
with that
too. I made a little meme spicy deck that I think you'll like, which is basically I basically wanted to think about a deck that can negate as much as possible. So I was thinking of Silent Swordsman.
I mean, I already told you.
To think of warriors.
I mean, I already told you
with
how.
6 samurais and counter taps. It was amazing. I'll send you a spicy deck later.
By the way, I'm showing people the Duel Links meta webpage, and I am going card for card. I'm showing Lee Curd, Utopic Onomatopoeia. Here's a ruling though. You can special summon. Wait, let me read a moment. Yeah, I can summon. Yeah, I can summon itself. The ruling of this card.
can summon so.
It can summon any of them, but only one per type. Meaning, if you have 2 Gagagas, you can only summon one of them. But the thing is, Utopia, since it counts as all, Utopic counts as all of them. It can literally summon 2 others of itself, because one you would treat it as a requirement of a Gagaga, and the other you would just treat it as a requirement for like a Subaba. And that's another ruling. You can literally, I think you can search 2 Utopic Onomatopoeias with the search card, the Pendulum Call for this shit. The Stellonite search card.
Have 2, but I can get the 3rd.
Okay, now we're on the Stellonite search card, Deneb. Deneb, the more I look into other Tellarknight cards, the less I see this as an actual 3 of. I'm sure people will still play it at 3 because it's search, but I find that there's more values in discard drawing because the SR is basically summoned from the graveyard, and then Vega summons from the hand. This one really does nothing to be your first normal summon, and that's the thing why I don't find this as a necessary 3 of.
Also, things that we still need to remember how we need to get used to adjusting to Duelist, because right now we're thinking like how many ways can we like spam monsters to exceed summon. But I feel like this is gonna happen the same way that happened to Infernity. That people wanted to go really deep into them and like how much can we spam a board of Thinkers of Infernities?
Yeah.
So that we played the 3 launches and 3 of the Infernity level 4 monsters that can search anything. And then we found out that you can technically just play one of them and play the level 3.
Well, that's specifically the version where you play the skill in Infernity Inferno, but there's a version, a more definitive version, because you don't go full-on deep on the combo, but it also has good grind game. They figure out that you have a build with triple Archfiend, triple Beetle, and of course triple Launcher. But the play is that you have Monster Gate, you have Hatrunate, you play whatever traps you want, 1-in-1 Break and Infernity Barrier, because you're gonna play balance. And the whole idea is, basically, best case scenario, you have Monster Gate, Launcher, any trap, and you got Beetle. Set, summon Beetle, Beetle will hands down just summon the other beetles, Monster Gate one of the beetles, and you're guaranteed to summon Archfiend from your deck as you mill other spell traps, and you can combo off from there. And instead of being a full-on steep combo, you just do a little and you have a grind game. And that way, you don't also have to wait. You don't have to wait like Infernity Inferno. And since you're playing balance, it's very consistent for that to happen.
Yeah, but in this, like, and I agree with you. Like, I feel it's gonna return to a grind game because Infernity has changed a lot since when they were first launched to when they were actually better made as like a month passed. And I feel like Xyz is gonna be the same. Like, we're gonna think that Xyz are gonna work in this way, and then we're gonna find out that Xyz and Duel Links work in a completely different way.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Infernities may end up summoning Utopia, like they're gonna add. I think because every time I see their deck list, they always have one extra spot that they don't know what to do with, and that they could just slap in an Xyz. But what I'm also waiting for Xyz is that they give us another extra spot. A 7th slot for the extra deck. The Stellonite search card, probably not gonna be a 3-of. It depends on preference. Not really the best thing to normal summons first. I'm not gonna talk about Monarch. I'm not gonna talk about Monarch. I'm not gonna really go over Goblinberg. Definite 3-of, pick it up. It's going to be like your best rank 4 generic access for a very long time. DD Crow is very situational, especially since they literally killed 2 decks that would have been good to use DD Crow on. But I guess Tiranui still exists.
And also, Thunder Dragons are back.
Oh yeah, no, don't use it on Thunder Dragons, you get their effects off. Because you banished them.
Oh yeah, right.
You don't use it for Thunder Dragons. Which are good against. I'm not gonna talk about Fiendish Change, self-explanatory.
Wait,
Gaga Samurai.
I just noticed something. I just noticed something. It's also the card, if you get Wall of Bead, it will negate the Wall of Bead.
Yeah, it negates. Yeah, because it lingers that everyone will be to their original attack and defense. So Wall of D will be the. Basically, what's gonna happen is that it will resolve, but it will just immediately go back to their original attack.
Exactly. Which is amazing.
If it's like you chain it. Either you can't activate Wall of D because. either
Wall of D is gonna be.
what's gonna happen is that Forbidding Scripture, if it's activated before Wall of D cannot activate. If you chain it to Wall of D, they're gonna be all put their original attack and defense, which is like it negates Wall of D, and that's what I'm afraid of, because Wall of D is also another card that is completely degenerate when it comes to install decks.
Which is why Forbidden Scriptures is really good for a lot of reasons.
So, Gagaga Samurai. All I have to say about this card is, just pair it up with Power the Guardians, and it's completely stupid.
I know, I love it.
But is it
also,
a...
can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Would I say is an onomatopoeia staple? Maybe, because the structure deck does give you a card that will increase it by 1,000 attack, and that's good enough to make Gagaga Samurai almost an OTK. So I say it's a good one-off for those onomatopoeia decks. That's about it. I think it's just a one-off. But a better card is the card that we're getting for free, where you take a warrior and it takes his attack, and since its regular attack is 2,000, that one can be... oh boy. Put a BLS on that. No, put a BLS on that thing, and you have a 5,000 attack Xyz monster. Bujinte Tsukuyomi. I'm skipping the other two Xyz monsters okay. Force Focus. Force Focus is garbage.
In the room with his faintest shame in the thoughts.
Force Focus is garbage, and Bastion is just a homage for the starter deck of back in the day. Now, Bujin Tsukuyomi is for both Bujins and Tellarknights, because Tellarknights can summon this, and they do benefit for the discard draw.
And any low for light deck.
Yeah, any low for light deck.
Including Light Force.
But, oh yeah, they can summon it. Well, actually, Light Force does benefit from this if you have one card in the hand, but be careful. Actually, you know what would be good? It's a way to discard your dog, or if you're playing the Kaiku Mirror card.
It's basically when you break by accidentally summoning all no Fortuners.
No, what Bujin Tsukuyomi does is make summoning Raiden a better option. Like an actual option. It's like it's not a brick. Like if you get to mill the other level 4 tuner that will summon itself, then you summon this. Put in defense, because it has a nice 2300 defense. Yeet your hand, draw 2. Yeet your hand, draw 2. That's good.
Yeah, you basically set any spell trap you have in your hand and then just start whatever.
Heck, who knows? Maybe you'll pull into 2 Judgment Dragons and summon them.
Which would be pretty fun.
So yeah, I can see this being played in Bujins, of course, because it's a Bujin. I see this playing in Tellarknights. I see this playing in Light Swarms as well. Bujin Tsukuyomi, definitely a good card. Gagaga Girl. I like that it can search a card that is also here, Gagaga Bolt, but my issue with it is that it's a fucking normal summon effect. I ain't not going to normal summon this whatsoever. Not at all, not a chance. Very shit, because you have to waste your normal summon on this. I don't care about this other effect. I like that it can search Bolt, but it's a bad normal summon for the deck. It's cute though. That's all I can say.
It's cute though. That's the entire comment.
Yes.
You're like the Yu-Gi-Oh players saying the Dark Dimension player. You see like Dark Dimension now has like other magician shows to accompany her, and it's just like they can't say much about them. They're cute though.
They're cute though. Stellar Knight Altar, the one that summons from the graveyard in defense position. This one definitely is a 3-of to me.
Vegas?
No, not Vegas. Vegas summons from the hand. This one summons from the graveyard.
Oh.
This one is an SR. This one is, to me, much more of a 3-of than the actual UR we have. So, if you wanna go not so deep in the box and you wanna... Like, you can. I guess you can have this as a 2-of. This is the thing. Both Bujins and Tellarknights can pass on going through the box once. Because I see the URs, they're not that worth it at 3, but what makes the box worth going at 3 is Fiendish Chain and Goblin Bird. But when you want to build Onomatopoeia, that has to be a 3, demanding. Because the UR Tellarknight, not really that good. As for Bujins, they don't have a UR in this set. You don't have to go that deep either. But Altar, I'll still play it at 3 because there are so many cards where you can just dump Stellar Knights. So it's a 3 of. If you don't like it that much, it's a 2 of, but still has to be played. I'm not gonna talk about this Lightsworn Monk. Apparently it was in the selection box. I'm not gonna talk about Element Lord. I already talked about Gaga Bolt. What?
Both of them are good. Wait, go back. Wait, go back. Let's talk about the fact that Aaron Lightsworn Monk, which is actually pretty good. Number 1 of all, the text defense decision immediately sends it back into the deck.
Wait, Alter? Wait, Alter? No, but I'm not going.
No.
I'm gonna reach those. I haven't reached them yet. Like, of course, there's other Tellarknight cards. But I'm just saying that.
No. I'm talking about Aaron. Lightsworn Aaron. That's a pretty good Lightsworn card.
Lightsworn.
Just saying.
Oh, I'm not saying. Oh, Aaron. It's okay. Send top 3. Shuffle.
Also, the element Lord, the light one, is Raigeki on legs. Don't underestimate a Raigeki on legs. That can be summoned with 5 lights in the deck. There's a box dedicated to lights. Give that to Blue Eyes. Just think about that for a second. Imagine Blue Eyes being able to get those 5 lights and then just summon a Raigeki on legs.
I mean, I guess for a dedicated Lightsworn deck, Erin is fine. The problem is she's more of a late game card, and the chances of you not having her already in the graveyard, it's pretty low. And I don't think you'll play this at 3. It's like a 1 or 2 of. Gaga Bolt. I'll definitely will. Gaga Bolt definitely would play it complete hands-on at 3. It's just the condition of controlling a Gaga. We have 2 XC monsters that are Gaga. We have Samurai and Cowboy. Utopic Onomatopoeia counts as a Gaga. Of course, you're gonna be playing Gaga Magician. Like, this is just a free pop.
From the campaign. The XC we're getting from our campaign is also Gaga, so it's 3.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, we have 3 XCs Gaga, Utopic Onomatopoeia, and Gaga Magician. And this is definitely a 3 of. It's free pop. If Gaga becomes good, it's possible that this card may be one of those that gets semi-limited. But that's if. The Stellarknight counter trap, full on 3 of, is a counter trap, and XC block is also good. I want to talk them both in the same section because a way you can build Tellarknights is playing a total of 9 counter traps. Triple XC blocks, triple Tellarknight Alpha, and you can play Rebirth of Parsha because you're also playing enough counter traps to make that very likely live. And because Tellarknights by nature, because Tellarknights by nature is already slow, this is perfectly a slow build for it because it's not just generic back row stop. This is literally stopping effects.
By the way, how would you build the thing? The Synchro is a level 6, right?
Synchro. Wait, Synchro?
Like the one that you special summon with.
No, it's a level 8. It's a level 8.
Because here's the thing, how would you, let's say we get the 7th slot, would you play 7 Synchros and then 4 XCs or 5 XCs and
okay,
2 Synchros?
The thing is, Tellarknights can get away with only playing one of their own. We already talked about Bujin Tsukuyomi, and the only other card they can benefit a lot is Utopia himself. The Gagagas aren't really worth it at playing in Tellarknights, and that's about it. If anything, you can just play one Parshaft Synchro Monster, and that's it. You don't really need to play 2. You can play 2 if you want. Definitely, you're not gonna play 3.
I'll definitely say 2. It was pretty good.
2 is a good measure. Because remember, Tellarknight is slow. Like, sure, it has it has their own Goblinberg, but still, Tellarknight is a slow Xyz deck. Even in the TCG, it is a slow Xyz deck.
That just makes their job a lot harder.
So a 9 counter trap. Heck, you can even, if you want to, endless trap hell with this shit. That's not bad either.
Endless trap hell.
With counter traps.
Chain reaction, okay, that's sweet. 200 burn.
Ooh, chain reaction, cowboy for game.
Actually, dude, that's actually genius, not gonna lie.
But yeah, that's a version to play it. But that's only one version. Another version I'm going to talk about as I go through more of the Tellarknight cards. For now, we're going to see Bujin Susanowo, or as I like to call it, Bujin Te Susanowo. Oh, whoa.
The joke has come out.
Yes.
Nice.
The furry has come out. It can attack all monsters.
You said it, not me.
Just like Samurai, this card is a beast. Attach it to... If this card attacks... This card can just inherently attack everyone once, so it's a Purgatrio. 2400 attack. Its effect is to detach an Xyz, take a Boojing monster from your deck, add it to your hand, or send it to the graveyard. It's a searcher. Although I think Boojings are even slower than Tellarknights in doing their Xyz. I don't know much about Boojings. My friend plays Boojings, not me. Okay,
so I don't play Boojings, but I do know how they work, so here's the thing. Boojings are slow as fuck. Let's start off with that.
I know they're
They
slow.
don't have... They're not like Tellarknights where they have their own cards that can easily special summon. Like, the special summoning conditions for them are extremely conditional.
Like, they don't have a Vega, right? They don't have a Vega of any.
They have, in Duel at the moment, they have two main deck cards, which would be their quote-unquote special summoner cards. Luckily, they're both ours, and they're both going to be reprinted in this box.
No, actually, all of them are reprinted, just not the SR from the mini box. They're all here.
No, not all of them. Not all of them are reprinted.
Then either way, I have. Then either way, the funny thing is, I have them. What I don't have is the SR, and I don't think the SR will be used that much.
In fact, there's two SRs, and I have both of them.
I only have one of them at 1. I don't know which is the other one, but I'm pretty sure neither of them are that good.
Crow.
I don't think neither of them are that
good. Yeah, but Crow is definitely gonna be a must for the sake of boosting.
But yeah, Boojings. Would I play Boojings? I don't know. I do like the designs of Boojings so much more than Tellarknights. I will say that much.
But
that's about it.
But let me say so. This is Boojings are like they're like Burning Abyss and Shadows in the way that their cards have a lot of different effects. I mean, it's like they have a lot of different monsters that have a lot of different effects. And the way that Boojings work is that you have the main cards that would discard from the hand to activate something, banish from the grave to activate something, or banish, or while in the grave, banishing spells or another card to activate something. So, for example, there's cards that while they're in the grave, you can banish another Boojing from the grave, or send spells, and they will like pop a card, or pop a back row, or negate an effect, or negate an attack. Some of you have cards in your hand that would like either boost or special summon or search. But they always require like to have a Boojing in conjunction with them.
I feel like
Boojing. That makes kind of interesting.
I feel like Boojing is gonna end up being necessary to play Fiendish Chain at 3. Like no way around it. I think this is the one that needs Fiendish Chain at 3. Because how I said you can play Tellarknights, you don't use Fiendish Chain at all. Because if you don't have Rebirth of Parshat, go for the Fiendish Chain. But if you do have it, you have the other 6 copies of another counter trap. Play it. It's a very good counter trap. It shuffles it in the deck, and people don't like getting their shit shuffled. But yeah, Susanoo definitely a good XE monster. The problem is that Boojings are just so fucking slow to summon anything. And I think they're more likely to summon Susanoo than... I think they're most likely to summon Tsukuyomi than this. Sword of Berserker. Rank 6, not gonna talk about it. Rank 3, Dinosaur. If anyone remembers the early day of Xyz of this card, I'm pretty sure the burn damage is going to be nerfed for this one specifically. Like, it's not gonna be 1000. Cleric is good if we had Link monsters, because herself is not... she's a good card. The problem is, we don't have... It's her...
That can be said with every single card in Duel Links. It's like, oh, this would be good if we had Link monsters. Yeah.
Yes, just like for hires. For hires would definitely be good in... Just like for hires, it would be definitely good in Duel Links if we had Link monsters, but we don't. As for Cleric, the problem is that she's not a level 4, she's a level 2. You're not gonna rank 2 anything good into this even.
Without acknowledging the fact there's only one rank on XC so far in the game.
I don't think any of the other Onomatopoeia cards are that good. Like, the Dododo. The thing is, the Dododos and Go-Go-Go summons from the graveyard. The Zubaba is like Gaga. But also, there's barely any Zubaba cards, and there's barely any Dododo cards compared to Go-Go-Go and Gaga.
I love that literally the reason why it's called Onomatopoeia, because it's literally an Onomatopoeia.
I know. Remember, the support is very new, and it was only called that to like...
I know, I was actually amazed that they gave us that.
It's like literally the support came last year.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they give us that. Like, it's like very amazing.
I'm still waiting for them actually giving support to Synchrons.
Keep dreaming, man. That's like asking for volcanic support.
Anyway, Stellar Knight Vega, obviously a 3 of. It's literally their Goblinberg. And the reason you may not want to play Goblinberg is because you can't summon Tsukuyomi with it because it's an Earth. Stellar Knight Unikal. I can't pronounce this. Unukalahai. This is just an Armageddon Knight. And just like the search card, I wouldn't really waste my summon on this either.
Fair enough. I guess I see your point of view for it.
Like, the search card is much better than just dumping them from the graveyard, especially with DD Crow. And it worries me. This one's like, eh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this one's like, eh. Like, you can play it.
Then again, DD Crow probably just gonna be more of a side deck thing until there's an actual deck that will require us to play DD Crow mandatorily if we want to actually avoid it.
No, there's a Talonite card that burns for 1,000 when summoned. I'm pretty sure this one will be reduced to 500 for sure. Because you can summon, if you end up summoning 2 of this, that's like already 2,000 points fucking ahead. And since this is a slow deck, if this one doesn't get nerfed, they're just gonna burn with this card. And then Xyz summon.
Somehow summon 3, burn for 3k, summon Gaia, burn for 8.
That's my problem, because Talonites is a control deck because they're slow. And if they don't nerf this, then this is a 3-off because they're just gonna Xyz, burn a, summon to do an Xyz, but wait, let me just burn you for 1,000. Remember Wind Witch? Because they burn for a bit just cause when they do their plays. This is basically that, but since it's Duel Links, it's worse because that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So anyway, yeah. If they don't nerf the 1,000 damage, then Alsam, then he will be played. Target 5 Talonite monsters, the graveyard, shuffle them, and draw a card. Cirrus. I think Cirrus is a 2-of. 2-of because I don't want to see it in starting hand, but very good for the late game because you have another card that definitely is going.
If it's
1-of, then yeah, it could be a 1-of.
Searchable, it's definitely a 1-of.
It's searchable, but the other thing,
very conditional effect.
The other reason why I don't like the search card is because this is a bit better. Procyon. Yeah, Procyon. Procyon literally is the magician chocolate for the archetype. Discard a Talonite monster, draw a card. This gives you graveyard setup for the SR that summons from the graveyard, and you're just digging more to make Vega still live. So this is a much better normal summon for me than the Searcher, because it gives graveyard setup, you're just digging through your deck. You're likely to get the counter chat, because keep in mind, the Searcher only searches monsters. You cannot search the counter chat. So you're digging through your counter chats. So you're also digging through your counter chats with this, making Rebirth of Parshat more alive as possible with this card. I say this is a 3-of or 2-of. Especially since their effects are not normal summon effects. All their effects just being summoned. So you summon Vega and then summon.
Which is why they're pretty good.
So you summon Vega, then summon into this. Draw this card, digging through, maybe a counter trap, then Xyz summon into Gaga Cowboy in the fence or Utopia just to negate some attacks. Simple as that. It's slow, but it's very effective. They have their own shit. They're not gonna be running triple Canadia floodgates just to do plays. They have their own shit. This is the worst.
Floodgate are gonna be really annoying.
This is the worst.
In this format.
This is the worst Talonite card out of all of them. This card summon target a Talonite card in your graveyard except itself and send this to the graveyard and then add the other to the hand. You summon this just to put in the graveyard and put another different card. Yes, it is. No, it's a stale. It's a stale, but you wasted a summon to do something.
Exactly, you're losing your normal summon, which is like that's not the point of it in the era. You want to have as much card advantage as possible in the field.
Yeah, this card's shit. This makes the draw discard and the one that shuffles 5 very disappointed.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, no one's gonna play this card. Never. The other card we have here is Regal. Regal. If this card summoned, target a Tellarknight on the field gains 500 attack. Not gonna play it because there's better options. Not a terrible card, it's just there's better options over playing this. Simply, that's about it. Although it is a 1900 body and you can just immediately make it 2400. But it only lasts until the end phase. It's just like, I guess it's the beefiest normal summon if you can't exceed, but that's about it.